Well, hello everybody. Pretty excited about a lot of sharing and messages I got today. And Elliot McDavid, he did a good video. It got some highlight. It reached a lot of people, a lot of my followers too. But I love all the First Peoples coming forward for that upcoming February, and they're going to narrate themselves as Indian instead of Aboriginal or Indigenous like the government of Canada likes to do these days. And they're figuring it out. I can tell you a lot of elected chiefs and higher chiefs are getting understanding on this. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm confident because front and center on it. And folks, the big thing here is understanding the UN. There's a General Assembly. It's one of 6 organs of the UN. It is the lowest level of the UN by far. First Peoples are learning quickly, and I'm glad. I'm glad I got to reach chiefs at the chief level. I was instrumental in that. I promised I wouldn't publish, so I'm not going to name names, or I've been instrumental. It's been just an awesome pre-Christmas and now into the new year, watching proudly as I see First Peoples across Canada getting it. So there's a lot of talking, and folks, the UN is 6 organs. General Assembly, ideas machine. They don't bind international law. The allies of World War II do. And I mean, General Assembly can all get together, but without all 5 at least signing on or standing back without a veto, the General Assembly has nothing. That is UNDRIP. The idea of Indigenous, Aboriginal, Aborigine Australia. I mean, we can go through these colonial jewels of the former British Empire that are alive and well today. They're disgusting. They're wrong. Do you know they say First Peoples? It was good Jonathan LaBelle got my attention to Last Peoples. Do you know why they say Last Peoples of those First Peoples around the world? Because in Canada, the Indians, as they are under the Indian Act, are the last peoples to become free of the colonial system. And that's truth. People know it of Canada. Folks, Canada will never, and I repeat with the most serious confidence anyone can preach, is that Canada will never, and I repeat never, no matter Liberal, Conservative, NDP, go Green, go Bloc. Bloc will never see the light of day outside of Quebec and parts of New Brunswick. But I promise you, Canadians, no political party in Canada can ever, and I repeat, ever, win a Security Council seat in the United Nations Security Council ever again. Harper was booted, as is Justin Trudeau. Conservative, progressive conservative, liberal conservative, call it what you want. Liberal, old since the day of Confederation. They will never, and I repeat, never sit in the highest organ of the UN, the United Nations Security Council, not in any rotating capacity, ever again. That ended with Jean Chrétien and his predecessor, Brian Mulroney. Folks, I can tell you absolutely and 100% certainty, Canada will never sit on the Security Council on any rotating basis ever again. They will never, ever be part of international law. The laws they pass in Canada in relation to UN General Assembly ideas, garbage can laws, is all they manufacture in Canada. Like UNDRIP. There's many, you guys. Many. Liberals, conservatives alike, they do it. They do treaties with countries all over the world against binding world law. Because they don't care about any of you. No politician in that divine first class cares nothing of any of you, the divined subjects and savages. Now, the first people have figured it out. Quebec, in the Parliament of Quebec, basically a legislature in a civil law system in Canada, which is what they have figured it out too. So we have the French in Canada, at least in the province of Quebec, and now widespread First Peoples in the elected chief system have figured it out. They figured it out. They were at the second highest organ of the UN, well above Canada and its low level in the General Assembly or non-binding organizations of the UN. They can't make any laws, can't do anything for anybody. Canada goes that route to trick all of you. I'm going to say it again. Brian Mulroney, with his criminal code alterations, and Jean Chrétien, who took that after being cemented in 85 from Brian Mulroney, took that to the UN, and that was the end of Canada. He had to quit, listen to me, the International Court of Justice. It's in the UN Charter, the only court of relevance for Canada and other nations and narratives in international law. Canada quit it. Go look at USA's status. They're still in it. So's Russia, by the way. They never quit it. Canada did. We're right between the two countries. We had to, because we're gross human rights violators. We're a crown colonial system that doesn't match the UN Charter or the allies of World War II. We're a gross violator. We're down there with a lot of shitty countries. The worst of the worst countries, in fact, in the world. What you're told by all parties in Canada is only an elite set of government officials telling you lies. We're not in the International Court of Justice. We're in the ICJ, called the International Commission of Jurists. Been that way since 93. We've been adopting General Assembly shit ideas thrown in the garbage can, taking them out of the garbage can, and then your elected officials apply them on you. They're doing it provincially and federally. That's your government. Corrupt, cockamamie, and fully on tyrannical. The First Peoples have figured it out. Quebec, the province of Quebec, in a majority government with minority party support, right extreme or left extreme, however you want to narrate that, they've all accepted that. Now it's an oath of allegiance to you, the people of Quebec, the Quebecois citizen. It's only half the battle, but it's a big half. The other half is to get rid of the Executive Powers Act of every province and territory. Only a legislature can do that, and then you enter into constitutional conventions for provinces and territories. Each individually has to do that. It starts with getting rid of the oath of allegiance. Now, First Peoples know now, through the elected system at the highest levels, all the way probably to national chief, can't see it not going that route. I've been to some pretty high levels of the chief system, the elected chief system in Canada, and I'm pretty proud of where that work's gone. It's real, folks. This is all real, credible, and verifiable. I'm very excited about February in Winnipeg. I'm still not going. I don't want to take our political system at this point into these things because I'm worried about the hijack. I'm not worried about the First Peoples, but I'm definitely worried about the hijack. Every single rising of protest, is always met absolutely with the corruption from the party system here in Canada. Those parties with the divine power, they always corrupt it. And I'm going to watch from a distance, but we're getting into our party system. It's for First Peoples and Canadians. It's pretty exciting. My car is half fixed, folks. I'm pretty excited about that. I nailed half of my major problems today. Car's running okay. I have one more part tomorrow, and I'm not into the motor, so it's great. It's running pretty good, so I'm excited. Everything's getting better. It's been a tumultuous week for me. I've had to put everything on the back burner, literally night and day, just to keep my job alive and keep me going every day. So it's pretty good. All right, folks, that's my video. Exciting times indeed. I'm excited to where French and First Peoples are going. I hope the rest of Canadians do it too. Gotta go. Bye now.